I think we're live. Okay, sorry. It's 10 after 1. Totally like me. I can't even be on time for my own Facebook Live. Excuse me, because I'm looking at 2 different screens today because we're trying a new thing and trying to go live on Instagram as well as going live on Facebook. So if I look like I'm not looking you in the eye, I'm sorry, because I think I'm going to end up leaving one group out. But either way, welcome and thank you for dedicating your time to me this morning, or I guess this afternoon now. I've been doing these little mini series called You Matter on Mondays. And my hope in that is that I can kind of just have an opportunity to share some ideas, share a lot of educational pieces and some just valuable information with all of you guys that follow me. And also then encourage you to have some conversation and exchange with me because I love to coach, I love to teach, and I love to inspire. And I'm here to do that. So please reach out to me. This is a great time to be able to have a live conversation. But then I would encourage you to do it through email or messaging on social media as well. So if you caught last week's talk, I was discussing creating discipline. And we talked about that at length, and that discipline is necessary because you're not always going to feel motivated. And actually thinking that you are going to constantly feel motivation for taking care of yourself, for eating the right foods, for moving your body, getting sleep, getting adequate sunshine, all of those things, you're not always going to feel motivated to do that. Now, sometimes I may come across as like too brutally honest or harsh as a coach, and there couldn't be anything further from the truth. The reality is that I just know what it takes to truly help people, and it doesn't take motivation. It takes helping inspire people to find whatever it is within themselves that matters the most. And then when they know what they truly care about and what matters to them, then eating good and moving and taking good care of your body and building confidence just doesn't end up being that difficult because you know why you're doing it. And motivation helps kind of get you started, but motivation is external and it is always fleeting. So when we discuss the necessity for discipline, that's why. Because what happens when your motivator isn't there for you? Well, you're just left to your own discipline. So creating discipline is extremely necessary. And then we discussed last week a little bit that, and quite frankly, we just don't have a lot of it in these current times because we're kind of spoiled. You know, I said it last week, if you have a computer or you have an iPhone or whatever else, like you're awfully privileged. And so we don't like to be uncomfortable. And that has enabled us to get away with not having a whole lot of discipline. But then what happens is we don't have a whole lot of success and ultimately fulfillment and happiness in our life because we're not disciplined enough to actually go after the things that we're really striving for. So today, I just wanted to add one more layer to that, and that would be to actually challenge you a little bit to do something this week that makes you feel completely uncomfortable. We have so many things and so many luxuries and so many comforts at our disposal now that we just don't ever really have to be uncomfortable. But discomfort is part of life, and it's not just something that you need to know how to handle. It needs to be something that you actually embrace in order to further understand who you are as a person and why you even exist. Okay? So I'm going to challenge you this week to do whatever it is that makes you feel just a little bit uneasy. Like full disclosure, being on Facebook Live and like Instagram Live, oh shit, You don't think that makes me uncomfortable? It makes me extremely uncomfortable, because what if I say something stupid? What if I ramble on and then people are like, I don't want to listen to her anymore, right? But I do these because I purposely place discomfort in my life so that I grow to be a better coach, a better person. I learn about my own limitations and then how to overcome those. So I'm doing Facebook Live now. That's pretty uncomfortable. But the more I do that, the better I get at it. And then the discomfort kind of goes away. Okay? For me, that is another reason that I compete in functional fitness, because that makes me completely uncomfortable. Okay? There is a level of discomfort that is required in that sport that most people don't ever want to have to tolerate. Right? But it makes me a better person at the end of the day. And it allows me to learn so much more about who I am. So whatever it is, maybe it is even just an uncomfortable conversation. Okay? Nobody likes to do that. Okay? But I challenge you this week, go out, have an uncomfortable conversation politely, which maybe read today's blog post as well before you go out and have uncomfortable conversations. Right? But do something that is outside your comfort zone. And then I want you to come back next week and share with me what you did and what you learned from that. Okay? So discomfort and adversity is part of who we are as humans. If we ever want to truly accomplish the things that we are striving for in life, we have to practice being uncomfortable and overcoming. Okay? So take that out with you into your world for this week. Come back and see me next week, and we'll talk about it a little more. And I'll promise you that in addition to Facebook Live, I'll do something in addition that makes me uncomfortable. There's plenty of things out there. I'll find one, and then I'll share it with you next week. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.